Yo, what is the deal, everybody? What is the deal? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Salute to everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who waited for me. You know, I mean a whole half an hour late for my own damn show. Man, it is the most splendiferous occasion, man. I really, really appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Salute to everybody in the chat. Get wasted with your brother, Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this thing out to all social media, everybody. Oh, my God, man. Oh, my God. Anthony is in a place throwing tomatoes. You guys know we don't cook unless there's 100 in the room. Get wasted with your brother, Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Salute to my bro, Graf. I think he said death, taxes, and wasted late. Well, listen, man. Look, I got caught in traffic on the way home from work, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Yo, Tommy Mata the third is in a place. He said, what's cracking from the Yay area, man? What it is? It is, bro. So listen, guys, we got to get into this, right? We got a situation. Oh, my brother Ben Bad is in the place, man. They worth the wait, Loud. That appreciate you, my brother. Listen, man, we got to get into this. We got to get into a few things, man. The Raiders and the Chiefs are playing. This is Chiefs week, y'all. And you guys know how important Chiefs week is. You understand, even if we win one game this season, I always pray that it is the Chief game. I hate the Chiefs with a fire of 1,000 suns. It is the same hate that I used to have for the Denver Broncos when John Elway was there. And to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? My Chief hate has gone a little beyond that. And we got over 100 in the room. Salute to my bro Graf in the place, man. Salute. But listen, man, I'm trying to tell you guys something, man. There are a lot of things that are on the line for this game, right? Now, win, lose, or draw, the trade deadline is coming up. The Raiders have a situation where they have to be buyers or sellers. Now, conventional wisdom from our fan base is that the Raiders are going to be sellers, right? The conventional wisdom is, hey, man, listen, we don't have any intention on signing these guys because the people in the building know who they value and who they don't. The problem is that the Raiders do not have a lot of available depth, right? And to be honest with you, they are still trying to win. They still have it in their mind that they could turn the season around, right? I think the result of the Chief Raider game is exactly what's going to be the determining factor of whether they're buyers or sellers. And I know you guys are saying, hey, Wasted, man, why would one game be the determining factor? Because if you beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you get closer to 500. The Chiefs just got to 500 and it's looking like they are firing on all cylinders. Rashee Rice is coming back. Hollywood Brown is starting to cook. Patrick Mahomes is playing like MVP Patrick Mahomes. And also, Juju Smith-Schuster got some act right. He got some act right. He got dealt with, my friends. He got that ass whipped. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been waiting for that for a couple of years, man. So there are a few things that are coming into play. There are a few things that are lining up for the Raiders right now. We might be running into a veritable buzzsaw. Now, listen, I ain't scared, bro. I ain't scared. My man Devin White ain't scared. I'm going to be real with you, man. We always play the Chiefs tough, and I'm expecting that. But, yo, listen, man. Juju Smith-Schuster, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. If the Raiders need to take anything into this game, you can't lose to a team with a man that gets that ass whipped like this. Y'all see this man's face? That man was crying. His nose was leaking. You see this crap? That man has children, bro. That man has children, bro. Salute to Brian Branch, bro. He might not be a Raider, but he is an honorary member of the nation to me for putting the beat to this punk. Do y'all see this Joker face, man? Bro, that boy was crying. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. He got beat up like a third grader. And that's what you get for sneak dissing and doing nonsense like that. But this is the spirit that you see the spirit right here, Raiders. Everybody on the Raider roster, anyone who is in the building, I need for you guys to zero in on this energy from Brian Branch. This is what you are dealing with. You are dealing with an organization full of prima donnas and TikTokers. And by the way, I have joined the ranks of TikTok. My old ass is on TikTok. You guys, listen, the same name as everything else. Wasted Talent Raiders. Going over to TikTok if you are a TikTok aficionado, and go and subscribe to the Wasted Talent Army over there. We will be having a lot of content on TikTok, guys. But do you see this? All right. Snot running out of his nose like a bum. The effing bum. Now listen, guys. Let's get into it, man. We're going to get into the Raiders injury report. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, right? We're going to get into an article that I broke down the other day from the University of Texas, El Paso about how the Chiefs have an evident, I mean, clear as day advantage over teams with the referees. So guess what, guys? It is going to be 1 versus 54. And listen, we're going to get into our injury report. And on our injury report is the biggest trade chip on the Raiders, Jakobi Meyers. Now, there are a lot of teams where it makes a lot of sense for Jakobi to go. We're going to break that down. There's some other things afoot. There's a rumor out there that Chris Olave has reportedly rejected a trade to the New York Giants, which is a joke. That's a joke. But no, listen, man, Chris Olave and Jakobi Meyers are the guys that are pretty much on everybody's radar who wants to improve their wide receiver room. But guys, let's get into this Raiders injury report. We're going to get into this Raiders injury report. Now, guys, normally your brother Wasted has everything hooked up, but you know, things are a little different. Now, when we start talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, Josh Simmons did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. They say it's non-injury related personal. So, you know, there's a great chance that the rookie Josh Simmons will be playing. You know, he's a guy that I had my eye on in college, and I wanted the Raiders to bring in. He has been playing terrific, protecting Patrick Mahomes' blind side as a rookie. Rashard Smith will be playing this weekend. He's full practice. Hollywood Brown is on the injury report. He's been full practice Wednesday, Thursday. Expect for him to play. He has an Achilles injury. Charles Omenoir, full practice, ankle. This guy is a monster. You know, he is somebody that is formidable. I hope DJ Glaze eats his lunch, man, because it's going to be time. And then, yo, man, let me tell you something. Your boy, Jawan Taylor, the walking false start that never gets called, is a full go. Xavier Worthy, full practice. So Xavier Worthy is going to return. And, yo, Rashee Rice, full practice. Will be back from suspension. Jerry Tillery. You guys remember the great and powerful Jerry Tillery. Elbow, full practice. So Jerry Tillery. Jerry high-stakes Tillery, man. One of the dumbest football players of all time will be playing. Now, on our injury report, Brock Bowers did not practice. I do not expect to see Brock Bowers back until well after the bye week. You know, I think that's the best metric for Brock. I'm hoping that the Raiders aren't being too overly optimistic with his knee. You know, I don't know whether he needed a procedure or whatever, but whatever Brock needs, they need to let him have it right now. You know, I'm kind of getting sick of them playing around with this Brock Bowers situation. Dylan Laube was out with a hamstring injury. He did not practice Wednesday. From what we understand, he practiced today. And Jakobi Meyers did not practice with a knee and toe. But this is looking like a little bit of shades of Devontae Adams. It is looking like he is on his way out of town. Salute to my guy, Fred Hampton in the place. Salute to Rudy the Vet Russo. And Rudy, you know what, man? I don't think that Brock is out for the year, bro. I don't know, but if he is, you know, so be it. They got to do what's best for the rest of his career. Salute to my brother, David Zahn. with all the debauchery, man. Oh, guys, I think we have a Chief fan in here. Do we got a Queef fan in here? Ian, 18. And Kelsey had fun watching y'all team get it on out. Wait, hold on. Jalen Royals Worthy, Rice Juju Smith, Tyquan Hollywood Brown coming for the Raiders. Ready to cry. Ready to cry, Raider fans. Wait, hold on. Let me read some more of this. Listen, man, you know what's funny about Chief fans, bro? And guys, I know this is a family show, so cover your ears. It is hilarious that I see Chief teams and content creators with 50,000 subscribers, bro. 100,000, 200,000. And they go live and it's like 64 people in there. And then you come over here and you see the greatness that is wasted talent in the Raider fan base, and you think that you can come in here and troll. Well, I'm here to let you know something, you effing bum. Rice is back. Oh my God. Rice is back. Man, let me tell you.
Man, you a bitch. You a bitch.
F up out of my chat. You effing bum. Why the F are you even over here? Why are you even over here? Why don't you go watch your botted Chief channels with a bunch of guys with no personality? Let me tell you something. I haven't seen a content creator for the Chiefs that had a personality yet. You can take the worst content creator for the Raiders, and we are better than y'all effing bums over there. I can't wait till we start kicking y'all ass. You better get the F up out of here, Ian 18. Let me tell you something, Ian. We're going to send you straight to the gulags, man. Get the F up out of here, you effing bum. To ever come back over here. The F up out of here. Thank you. He's been sent to the gulags permanently. And what the F is David Zahn in here doing? Debauchery is what I do. You're damn right. The F up out of here. I haven't seen a Chief. Why don't you go to one of them weak-ass Chief shows? Go to one of them weak-ass Chief shows. I haven't seen one worth of shit yet. These fucking guys with 200,000, 500,000 subscribers. Oh, my God. Get that F up out of here. To the gulags permanently. Oh, Ian 17. Oh, we got a master troll in here. We have a master troll. Anyone named Ian is now going to be permanently blocked. Oh, did I just block Huey P? Huey P, I'm sorry. Huey P, you're gonna be back. No more gulags. So listen, there will be no more attention to Ian. Mods, get on the case. If you see anybody talking that crap in here, get him out of here. Huey P, I'm sorry. I'll bring you back. That's right. So y'all check out the AFC West show weekly if you can. That's right. That is right. Ian with the burner accounts. I've never seen anybody that is on the scrotum that bad, man. It's unbelievable. You know, for the Chiefs to be so damn good, I don't understand why their fans are such fucking bums. Look at this guy. He said, bro, quit crying and go toss some football. You get the fuck up out of here too, Antonio. All to the gulags. You don't tell me what to do. I'm wasting talent. And you motherfuckers are no talent. You get the F up out of here with your crap. Now listen, let's get into some ball, y'all. Now, when we start talking about the trade deadline, and I want to get into this before we break the game down. Jacoby Myers is a guy who a lot of people are pointing to who could be moved at the trade deadline. Now, look, if I'm being real, when we start talking about the trade deadline almost every year, most of the people, most stuff doesn't happen during the trade deadline. We talk about it, we pine over it, we talk about who's available, and it is nothing like the NBA. It's nothing like, you know, not rotisserie, but hot stove baseball. A lot of stuff doesn't happen during the NFL trade deadline, right? But the three people on this roster that it makes the most sense for the Raiders to move and that are getting the most traction around the league is Raheem Mostert, of course, Jacoby Myers, and Malcolm Koonce. And I definitely wanted to ask you guys something. I wanted to ask you guys something, man. Would you guys be receptive to moving Malcolm Koonce? Would you be receptive to that? I mean, I think that Malcolm Koonce is a guy who, if we're being honest, if we're being honest, Malcolm Koonce is a guy who played a half a year really well, and for the most part has been very, very disappointing. And I think that, you know, Malcolm Koonce is yet another member of the Raider Dysmorphia Club. I think the idea of what Malcolm Koonce is a lot better than he's actually played. Now, I know that Max loves him, and he's a great running mate. I understand that Pete Carroll and John Spytek and the rest of the guys in that building do not want to hear that the year is over and that they need to just have a fire sale and sell everybody off. But there's also a part of the business part of football that I think that we're being a little disingenuous about as a fan base. And I think that teams get a little disingenuous about. They understand their chances. They understand what's in the building. They understand exactly who they prioritize signing. They know who they want to sign. Because if we're being honest, right? Like when we talk about Jacoby Myers, there are a lot of people that say, hey, man, you know, you don't know what the Raiders are going to do. You don't know, you're assuming. The only thing I can assume is what your actions are. Colton Miller was somebody that they wanted. Colton Miller is signed. Jacoby Myers, yet again, is still not signed. And this is something that we need to really investigate. Salute to my brother Grav, man. Salute to my brother Grav getting on a plane. Getting on that plane, man. Safe travels, my brother. Safe travels, man. Yo, text me when you touch down, brother. Now, bad news Raider. He goes, it's a bad move to trade our best receiver. Much like it was to have Josh Jacobs traded. Now, see, this is the difference, right? There's a few things that come to play here. Josh Jacobs was playing well, right? One, Josh Jacobs was a player that we drafted to, right? And also, when you start talking about Jacoby Myers, is he really our best receiver? Like, are we talking about today? Are we talking about last year? Last year, there's no question he was our best receiver. But today in 2025, right? October the 16th, 2025, can you really say that he is our best receiver? He's not. He's not. And if he's not our best receiver, then the value level from a Raider standpoint drops, right? Because you have two players that were drafted to replace him. And people say, you know, today we can't throw the ball 2 yards and this and that and the third. That's not necessarily true. You know, a lot of these interceptions by Geno Smith are things that are a byproduct of Geno having sight blindness to try to force the football to Jacoby, if we're being honest. Right? Then you have a situation where does the market sit for Jacoby Myers? So, say, for instance, and we've gone over this ad nauseum. I don't really want to do that. But, you know, you know what? You like to hit? Here it go. Now, you say it's because of the quarterback, right? And I beg to differ. Because Jacoby Myers has played with Flotsam and Jetsam at quarterback, you know, his entire career, right? You know? And they said that the Raiders have received inquiries and received multiple offers of teams about Jacoby Myers over the past 2 weeks, but have turned those teams away. So, you know, maybe some of you guys who think it's a good idea to keep Jacoby Myers, you know, might get your wish, right? But the thing is, we gotta wonder what's being offered, right? Now, so when you start talking about Jacoby Myers, right? Let's really let's talk turkey right here, y'all. Let's talk turkey. Let's talk turkey, right? Because see, man, this right here is the problem that I have with a lot of the thought process and some of the fan base. We talk about a commitment to excellence, right? But it seems like we fall in love with mediocrity. So this is who Jacoby Myers has been throughout his career. He's a rookie in 2019, 359 yards, 26 catches. 2020, COVID year, 59 receptions, 729 yards, 0 touchdowns. 2021, semi-breakout year, 83 catches, 886 yards, 2 tutties. Patriots, 6 touchdowns, 800 yards, 67 catches. Raiders, 71 catches, 8 touchdowns. He ate that year. 11 yards, 11.4 yard average, and 807 yards. Last year, first year in his career with 1,000 yards, 87 catches, 11.8 yards a catch, 4 touchdowns. So, when you start looking at that metric, right, that is a decent receiver, maybe a wide receiver number 2, right? So let's look at, some wide receiver contracts. Let's look at wide receiver contracts, right? And so you got to ask yourself what that looks like for you. What does that look like for you? What are you willing to pay, right? If you're a GM, let's play armchair GM, guys. We do that a lot over here on Raider Nation Unlimited. We do that a lot over here. We're going to play a little armchair GM, guys. We'll pull this down. Boom. And we're going to put up the wide receiver contracts. Now, we've done this before. We've done this before. And I would hope that you guys will walk with me here. Walk with the great and powerful. Now, when we start talking about an average per year, Jamar Chase is at $40 million. Justin Jefferson is at $35 million. CeeDee Lamb is at $34. So the hierarchy of wide receiver contracts is commiserate to their production. It's commiserate to their production, right? So, you have Jamar Chase at $40 million a year. Justin Jefferson at $35 million a year. CeeDee Lamb at $34 million a year. This is kind of boilerplate. DK Metcalf, $32 million. Garrett Wilson, a young stud wide receiver, $32 million. AJ Brown, $32 million. Amon-Ra St. Brown, $30 million. Tyreek Hill, $30 million. The cheetah. Brandon Ayuk, which is crazy. He's getting $30 million, but Brandon Ayuk, $30 million. Scary Terry, $29 million. T. Higgins, a number 2 receiver, so people say, but mostly would be a number 1, 28. Jalen Waddell, 28. DJ Moore, young stud, 27. J-Mo, 26. Devontae Smith, 25. Nico, 24. Debo, 23. Michael Pittman Jr., Cortland Sutton. Look how much these wide receivers cost, right? Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, all these, Jerry Judy. So when you start getting into the place where Jacoby Myers is making 11. Now, if Jacoby Myers would take 15, 17, it might be worth it. But anything more than that, to me, is organizational malpractice. If Jacoby Myers is asking for anything like $19 to $20 million, you tripping. Not for 1,000 yard receiving year. You want to start seeing what a number 1 receiver really looks like? You want to see the numbers these guys are putting up? Like, I don't want it. Like, guys, listen, I think a lot of times, bro, there are players, and we talk about, because it's been so much bad football in Oakland and in Las Vegas over the last 20 years that when we get somebody that plays a coherent level of football, we overvalue them. We can't do that. We can't do that, bro. And everybody I named is better than Jacoby Myers. I mean, look, salute to my guy Hug D's with the first super of the day. Poll for the chat, scale of 1 to 10. What's your hopes on a win this weekend? Let's see how deep the hopium is falling. Look, we got a lot of hope, but the reality is that, the Raiders have not been able to string together a consistent and coherent level of football all season. And we have yet to have a turnover-free complete game from Geno Smith. Let's hope that we get Geno's best this week. Let's hope that we get, listen, if we had Brock Bowers, if we had Colt Miller, if we had those guys, right, I'd have a lot of optimism. But listen, man, the Raiders have to overcome obstacle after obstacle, bro. Injuries, they've had to overcome the Christian Wilkins thing, which that was supposed to be a situation where this defensive line was supposed to be having a super amount of depth that we don't have. This is something that we don't talk about enough at Raider Nation. We don't talk about the fact that we lost an all-pro up front. That is not something that you can forget about. And then you got Chris Jones coming into town. And you remember how he would totally wreck games against us with a situation where you had an offensive line at the time that was playing a lot better. Now you don't have Colton Miller there. Salute to my brother Ira Jackson in the place. Man, Ira, where you been, brother? But at the end of the day, it is going to take a miracle for the Raiders, to win this game, because see, normally our Raiders have a situation where in like when we played them last year, right? The offensive line was cooking. If the offensive line can cook, you can hold on to the ball, you can move the ball, you can get first downs, right? The defense was cooking. But this year we have a situation here. We have a lot of key injuries on the offensive side of the football. Brock Bowers had a terrific game last year against the Chiefs. Big catches, big yards. That's not going to happen this year. Who's going to be the one to step up and make a play? Who's going to be the one to step up and really take the top off of this defense? Who's going to be the guy? We are 11-point underdogs, man. 11 points, bro. That's a big number. And the Chiefs might cover, man, if Geno turns the football over the way he has. We salute to David Zahn with the debauchery. Because, Rudy, what you call roast beef, I call spoiled meat flaps. I don't know exactly what the hell happened here, but all I know is that you guys need to just chill. I mean, what the F is wrong with you guys, man?
Angry man, what you doing here? Man, sit your ass down.
Both of you, Rudy and Zahn. I mean, there will be no talk about unprocessed or processed lunch meats. No, there will be no lunch meat talk at all. This is a family show. You guys will go to the damn gulags. There's enough of this crap. I'm late for the show, and this is how you guys treat me. The F is wrong with you. Rudy with the $10 slap-a-rooney. Myers hasn't been blocking well either. Get him the F out of here for a third or a fourth. And the 13-year vet needing a rookie, one-read offense, won't fly in KC. Take that Ranger head off. Devils, only violation. Listen, let me tell you something. This shit matches. Look, I got my devil hat, but I'm not a hockey fan like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't a hockey fan. It matches. It is what it is. You know how we do. But what the F is going on, man? You guys have turned my chat into an Arby's in here. The F is going on. I like Bing Rames to you. It's a family show. What's wrong with you guys? Salute to my guy, Chris Mitchell. Never going to have Shador as long as we have time. Guys, why do y'all think that Shador is like, bro, the Raiders could have drafted Shador Sanders like 5 times, bro, and they didn't. The Raiders is not just Tom. Like, bro, a bunch of teams in the league didn't draft him. I like Shador, right? But we don't know how good he's going to be. He hasn't taken one snap in the NFL, right? So if you're trying to save the season or whatever, look, I don't want somebody in this organization who people in the brass have to have their arm twisted to have in here. I don't need that, bro. I want whatever young quarterback comes in this organization, I need everybody to be on the same sheet of music. Everybody. It's enough of this crap with this Shedeur stuff. It sounds like a good idea. He wanted to be here, you know, all of this stuff. Maybe I'm already home. He's not. And if he winds up here, I'll support him. But I don't really think that the Raiders are interested. If they were, he'd be here. They were, he'd be here. Got to cut this crap out. Fred Hampton. My issue isn't with anyone in this room, unless Pete Carroll is in here. Otherwise, I'm good. Freddie, come to the front of the congregation. What the F is going on? And what do you guys do? What is going on here? You guys are in here arguing. The F is going on with you guys. You damn right. I'm about to get on my soapbox. Send the meat. Y'all chilling, man. Listen. Yo, I can ban Arby's. You damn right I can ban Arby's. What you guys think's going on here? My name is not Sean Combs. We will not be having any meats and debauchery up in here. The F is wrong with you guys. What's going on with my brother Fred, man? Freddie Hampton, come to the front of the congregation, bro. What is going on here, man? I got to scroll up. What's up with my brother, man? Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I mean, listen, they haven't done the best job either, bro. Look, man. And salute to my brother, DJ Lenny Danger. He said, pay them tabs and tell a friend to tell a friend. You already know. Salute to my brother, Lenny Danger, man. One of the great DJs out there. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. The coaching staff needs to wear some of the like, bro, everybody is looking for someone to blame, bro. Everyone is looking for somebody to blame in Raider Nation now. And I don't like it, bro, because everybody is complicit in this, man. You can name and you can blame, but you can learn to improve. You can name, you can blame, or you can learn to improve. Listen, everybody needs to improve here, bro. Everybody, bro. Chip Kelly's got to coach better. Pete's got to make better decisions too. Patrick Graham's got to call a better game, right? Geno's definitely got to play better. The offensive line definitely has to block better. You know, listen, everybody is complicit in the failures out there. It is a team effort. And the special teams gets, and shout out to Leaky T, the special teams gets, I mean, a tremendous amount of blame from me. Tremendous. Listen, man, I don't want to see another. I never do this, bro. I don't call for people's jobs and stuff like that. I'm very sensitive to that. But Tom McMahon, bro, needs to be separated from employment if this shit continues with them. You know, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. So, yo, we have a tall task ahead of us, man. We have a tall task ahead of us, y'all, and I can't make it much plainer, man. I mean, the Chiefs are riding. They're at 500. They're riding the lightning. They're trying to go over 500. They're trying to start staking their claim to a situation where they could start making a run at the AFC West. And Geno Smith has to get ready for Steve Spagnuolo's exotic coverages, man. And it didn't seem like Geno Smith adjusted well in the Chicago game to some more exotic coverages, man. I think the Raiders are going to see the best version of the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend, man. It is no secret that Geno Smith is leading the league and with 10 interceptions, man. He's had a pick in 5 out of the 6 games, man. He's a big reason that he's been struggling. And this is the thing. The biggest reason that I see is pressure, and that Geno has been staring down his receivers, man. He hasn't adjusted well to defenses, and that is part and parcel of the reason that he was brought here. to be that veteran guy, right? To be that veteran guy. We have not gotten that from Geno Smith. We need veteran Seattle Seahawk Geno Smith. We don't need New York Jet Geno Smith, man. This is what we need. This is what we need, man. I mean, listen, man. You know, Patrick Mahomes has been a dog this year, man. He's been a dog, man. He's connected in 76 out of 108 passes for 845 yards and 8 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's added 97 rushing yards on 20 carries with 2 touchdowns on the ground. He has accumulated, and you know, and this is in the last 8 games, right? And you know, this is a guy who has started to turn the corner. He's getting his weapons back. He is starting to round into the player that he's always been, man. And this is the thing, man. The Raiders defense has been playing well. Like, the Raiders have not allowed a player to record more than 300 passing yards against them in a game this season yet. And let's pray that it doesn't happen this year. You know, and the thing is that the Raiders definitely have given up at least 1 passing TD to 6 opposing QBs this season. A total of 2 players have thrown for 2 or more touchdowns versus Las Vegas. And no opposing QB has thrown for more than 2 TDs in a game versus the Raiders this season. His defense has been holding serve, man. They've been holding serve. You know, the Raiders, you know, have done very, very well defending the run too. Their defense has not allowed a player to pile up over 100 rushing yards in a game this season either. So the Raiders defense has been stout. You know, they say it's supposed to be bend, don't break, but the Raiders defense is balling out of control, man. And there goes the 3rd celebrity that passed away. Rest in peace to Ace Frehley from Kiss. That's the 3rd celebrity this week. Diane Keaton, you know, legendary soul singer. D'Angelo, one of my 3 or 4 favorite artists, passed on from pancreatic cancer. And Ace, from the running mate of Gene Simmons from Kiss, has passed away, man. Salute, man. There it goes. The celebrity deaths always comes in 3s, right? But the defense has been playing well, man. The defense has been playing well, man. Now, we did have a game where we allowed 40 points, but when you start looking at how that game, you know, kind of shaped up, that was, to me, on the special teams and on Geno Smith. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't put all them 40 on this Raider defense. This defense will be at the top half of the league had they not had that Indianapolis game, man. Jacoby going to Seattle for Woolen in return. Don't worry about the corners. Bro, listen, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, man. And the thing is, you know, the one thing that the Seattle Seahawks, you know, I think they have a decent wide receiver room. You know, they don't have DK Metcalf, but I don't think that, you know, Jacoby Myers is going to be the thing that kind of puts that over the edge. Guys, hold on, man. I have to call Mrs. Wasted Talent. You guys, hold on. I know this isn't the most professional thing in the world. I have to call Mrs. Wasted right now. Gotta call Mrs. right. We gotta call the Mrs. right now. Hey, babe, you left the lights to my truck on.
Oh no. Okay. Because I'll go turn it off.
All right. Okay. Nah. She got to turn the lights off to my damn car. You got to turn the lights off, man. I mean that's, you know. Listen, I'm in the guest room now. I can see right out into my driveway, and I'm like, why the damn lights on, man? See, I was singing D'Angelo song, the Yankees got eliminated. You know what? I'm actually gonna sing a D'Angelo song when your ass gets blocked, John James. You better get that crap out of here, man. It's exactly what's about to happen to your ass right now. I'll be asking you, how does it feel? You get blocked. The F up out of here, John James. You know what, man? I want to call. You know what, man? I know I don't want to do this to you, bro, because you do have something, about Jesus and your avatar. So I'm just gonna take it easy on you.
Shut your lame ass up.
Yeah, the F up out of here with your crap. Man, yo. But listen. Nah, we don't do that, man. We don't do that. We don't do that. If I wasn't on the air, I would go out there and do it myself. But I could just see she do that all the time, bro. She do that all the time, man. but listen, man. So the Raiders are in a situation where the Raiders are in a situation, man, where this is a game that's going to determine exactly what the metric is for the season. If you can miraculously pull off a win, and stranger things have happened. This has been a very, very weird NFL year. This has been a year where there's a lot of parity. There's been a lot of parity in this league, man. I mean, you can't really call who's going to the Super Bowl. There's not one team that's running away from it this year. There have been a lot of games this year where they have not gone the way you would have expected them to go. Now, look, if you're asking me, right, how do the Raiders pull this off? A salute to my brother, Fred Hampton. First and foremost, the Raiders have to play mistake-free football. The Raiders need to not turn the football over, and they also have to find a way to protect our quarterback. We're going to have to find a way to protect our quarterback. The Chiefs defense, is an ascending unit, right? Every year they say the Chiefs are ranked towards the bottom of this and that. And then somehow, some way, they play great when you know what I'm saying? They play great when they play us, man. Now, when you start talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, they got the Kansas City Chiefs ranked towards the bottom. And this is PFF, by the way, right? This is not NFL rankings. They got the Kansas City Chiefs ranked as the 31st defense in the league. Which I don't buy that. PFF, there goes PFF wilding again, right? And we're going to look at the rankings this year. The Chiefs are ranked, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're ranked as the 10th ranked defense. That seems like a little bit closer to the sun right there, right? They've allowed 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. They've gotten 4 interceptions. They are a team that is not bend, don't break. They're starting to ascend to a point where they're starting breaking people. Now, when you start talking about Steve Spagnuolo, he is a master of disguising coverages and dialing up pressure from all different places. So and the Raiders are in a situation where you really don't have to do anything exotic to generate pressure. So first and foremost, the Raiders need to definitely get the run game going to keep the Chiefs defense on their heels so that Chris Jones can't pin his ears back and attack Geno Smith. It needs to happen. I don't know what they're going to be able to do. 75% of Ascengenti's runs last week, where he actually got yards, and all of the 75 yards he got was on the right side of the offensive line with JPJ and DJ Glaze. And the left side of the line is in trouble. Now, I don't know whether or not the Raiders are going to activate McClendon Curtis. Earlier this week, the Raiders went out there and signed McClendon Curtis. He's a guy who was an undrafted UDFA, who was with us a few years ago. He was claimed by the Seattle Seahawks. He started for a little bit, and he's bounced around the league since. But McClendon Curtis was a guard that we were very, very high on coming out of college, Graphic and myself, and Big Mike and Hammer, all of us. Andy, we were all high on McClendon Curtis, right? And his pro comp was Gabe Jackson. So I don't necessarily know, how well McClendon Curtis will play. I don't know if he's the answer. I don't think he's the answer, right? But what I do know is that he should probably be better than Alex Kappa, because if he's not, he'll never get off the practice squad. Alex Kappa was the second worst ranked guard all last year. Salute to my guy Hug D's. This Sunday is going to be a tough 2.8 seconds for Gino to get rid of the ball, and Spags is going to lower that pocket time by at least half a second. Chip either shines or implodes here, and Gino holds the grenade. Simple as that. And bro, I think you're going to have to see a lot of jumbo, because the Chiefs are one of the worst rush defenses in this league, and they have the worst rated defensive tackle up front. But I'm thinking for the Raiders to win, Genty's going to have over 30 carries. He's going to have over 150 yards. You're also going to have that short passing game to keep this defense on his heels, man. You're going to have to start with a lot of West Coast offense kind of concepts. This is what's going to have to happen. This is a Chip Kelly special. It's a Chip Kelly special right here. Chip Kelly special. Jason Marshall, man. Chip need to call more bootlegs, move out of the pocket for Gino. Can't have defenders in a straight line all day. And also, I think that those jet sweeps and a lot of those shotgun looks early in the game should be eliminated. I think the first 15 plays, the Raiders should be in a base, conventional offense. They should make a commitment to the run early. They should get into some conventional passing sets, 3-step drops, and get the ball out fast, man. Try to get Gino's confidence up and get him in a rhythm. I think that the big thing about Gino is they've been trying to make this attempt to throw the ball deep. And I think this is where this should be a Jack Bech special. Jack Bech has to be a featured player in this offense. He has to be. They have to feature Jack Bech. They have to go to him. They have to make him option number 1 or 2. They really do, especially if Jacoby. All of the snaps and looks that Jacoby get, it needs to go to Jack Bech. Fred Hampton, I think this game is going to expose, if we get blown out or if we lose badly, it's going to expose every problem on this team, right? Like, good football teams are a truth machine. It's not just one problem. Like, we're always looking for the one problem. There's an amalgamation of problems in the Raider building right now. Like, if we want to be honest, we have a young roster, inexperienced. We have a head coach who is a little long in the tooth and might be out of touch. He might be. I don't think Pete is, but let's see, right? We have a Chip Kelly who is adjusting from the college game back to the pro game, right? And then you have an offensive line coach that people are blaming, but when you start really looking at it and breaking it down, he doesn't have the damn athletes. He doesn't have this. It's not like Brennan Carroll is out there with Kelechi Osemele and Gabe Jackson. He's not out there with Rodney Hudson. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's out there with some guys who are very limited, especially with Stone Forsythe, who was the worst rated left tackle in football last year. The question I gotta ask is why is Stone Forsythe on this roster to begin with? That's what I gotta ask. Joe Fresher in a place to be. Salute. Yes, Mayer does need more targets. But you know what? Gino needs more time. At the root of every problem with this Raider offense, Gino needs more time. Genty needs, a bigger hole to run through. There are a lot of things in play here, man. Then we have Jordan Meredith up front. Let's hope that they're running and scheming away for JPJ and Jordan Meredith to try to take Chris Jones out of this situation. George Karlaftis is also another issue. And Stone didn't do well. He did well for himself. He gave up 2 sacks. My guy, John James, said Gino needs some Apex. You know what, man? I just really start taking my Apex. I want to feel the effects of Apex. I would like to. I just started taking Apex, man. And I feel a lot better already, man. I feel a lot better. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about Apex, man. I want you guys to go in there and go look at the label on your supplements, right? And you tell me if you see vegetable oil, rice flour, soy, any of that kind of stuff in there. And if you do, go to minoborder.com and get all that soy and vegetable and bullshit out of your supplements. Do me a favor. Go to minoborder.com. You see it right there at the bottom of the screen. minoborder.com. Men of order. I'm talking about you want to get yourself in order, you want to get your body in order, you want to get your life in order, you go over to Men of Order. And I'll tell you this. Put in that code, capital letters, wasted. 15% off your order. If you want to enhance your performance at work, if you want to enhance your performance at the sports book, if you want to enhance your performance at the gym or the bedroom, going over to menoforder.com, tell them Wasted sent you. Wasted in capital letters, 15% off. Yo, check out my guy Rudy's Twitter page. The proof is in the pudding. Man, he went from being a gelatinous man down to being a veritable stud. Go get yourself, son. Go get yourself, son. Robert Cisneros said the Yankees needed some Men of Order. You need some order right now, Dubzilla. You effing meathead, you. You get the F up out of here. And Thor, you definitely need some. Raider Bebop says Gino recently was holding the ball for 2.97 seconds. Did you guys see some of what? Did you guys see what Lincoln Kennedy said about Geno Smith? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see what Lincoln Kennedy said about Geno Smith, man? You know, salute to Lincoln Kennedy, man. You know, Lincoln Kennedy has been a straight shooter, even though he works for the Raiders, man. And, you know, through the first 6 games of the season, man, you know, we got to admit the Raiders did not get what we were expecting with Geno Smith. We thought we were going to get a veteran presence. We're going to get an athletic presence that we're not getting. And I think that Geno's, you know, ascension into the toilet has kind of held back this whole team. You know, Chip Kelly hasn't been able to realize his potential with his $6 million price tag. You know, Ashton Genty has not really been able to realize his potential, right? And Lincoln Kennedy spoke on this, man. And I quote, he said on the Locked On Raiders show, the squad show with Q Myers, salute to Q. He says, I've watched a lot of football. I've seen a lot of games where Geno Smith was quarterback. But I had seen some games, mostly notably in Seattle, and yesterday was the first time I watched Geno Smith play guarded, Kennedy said on Locked On Raiders podcast. I can't blame him. He's shell-shocked. When I watch his reads, when I watch his head from the vantage point I am, because I can't see where his eyes from where I'm sitting, I watch him survey if he just reads, if his first read's gone, and if he doesn't absolutely believe in the first read, he holds on to the ball for a slight bit longer. I'm going to try to wait for something to come open, but I'm not going to try to take the risk. I'm not going to try to take a chance, Kennedy continued. He goes, what we are seeing now are defenses that play against the Raiders are like, you know what? I'm going to challenge you to throw it long. I don't believe you're going to throw it long because I don't believe that you have a receiver that can defeat press man-on-man coverage and get separation against my best corner. So you're not going to try it. Most importantly, from the offensive standpoint, Geno is hindered because Geno is shell-shocked playing guarded. You really can't have a lot of those throws where it's like, okay, he's going to come open there. Let me get it there. And see, listen, there's 2 things that Lincoln Kennedy just dropped on us, man. Shout out to my guy Raider Vince from way over in Miami. Not Miami, Wyoming. Oh, my God. And I hate being negative, but this is the thing. What Lincoln Kennedy just told you was that Geno Smith is holding on to the football because he's a little shell-shocked and that he doesn't have a receiver on his roster that can defeat press man coverage. And you know who's on his roster? Jacoby Myers. And you guys want us to pay this guy $20 million a year. Look, but see, this is the thing, get the chill. You're saying Lincoln is just saying what the world is thinking, right? Lincoln is doing more than that, and it means more because he's in the building. He's played the game at a high level, and he works for the Raiders, bro. Look, when you work for a organization, bro, you have guardrails on what you can say, bro. You got guardrails, bro. So if Lincoln is saying that, that means it is valid. So Lincoln just told you he can't defend, because I don't see Jacoby Myers down the field. I see, Geno trying to, force the ball to him 10, 15 yards down the field. I don't see Jacoby Myers waving for the football. This is the reason why, it's shout out to my guy Fred Hampton, because we disagree on this. This is the reason why I believe that you should move him. This is the reason why I believe that the Raiders have not given him a contract yet. Toasty Topics. I believe Geno doesn't have the confidence as wide receivers. And the wide receivers, the Raiders never had a good QB. Toasty Topics, I don't know what the F that means, but whatever. The most. AOC incoming. Lincoln Kennedy, MVP. I don't even know what the F's even going on here. Bowers being unhealthy and now out is huge. And that's also what she said, my friend. That is what she said, my friend. Bang Zoom. Bang Zoom, everybody. Bad News Raider. Why would you come in here with your crap? Why don't you like Lincoln, man? The great Lincoln Kennedy. What's wrong with you? Shalib, what's the deal, man? Why are you calling the great Lincoln Kennedy uppy? I like Lincoln Kennedy. Yeah, but the thing is, he's staring him down. But, bro, nobody's really getting open, bro. There's an amalgamation of problems here, Hug D's, and my guy Rudy. The article he wrote about JPJ. Well, dog, he wrote from a place where he thought was, he's telling you what's going on. He's there. How could you get mad at the truth, bro? Dog, how's he out of line? Get the F up out of here with that crap. Come on, man. You saying he's out of line, bro? I like Lincoln, bro. Sorry, Hug. My bad. And that's a crazy thing, man. Lincoln loves Geno. He's just telling it like it is. But, bro, you guys say Geno had confidence with his wide receivers in Seattle because he had DK Metcalf and Smith and Jigba and all these guys that are ballers. He don't have that here, and that's a problem. Look, I like Link, bro. No Lincoln Kennedy freaking slander will be tolerated on my channel. Link a real one. Hang out at the tailgates, chop it up with the folks, smoke some sticks with us. That's what I'm talking about, man. Respect the Lincoln, man. See? So that's all you had to say. You up here slandering Lincoln Kennedy. The F is wrong with you, man.
What's the tutorial this is? You know what the fuck you doing.
My God. My God. Your crap. Salute to my dogs, man. Salute. Yo, he said this all comes around full circle. O-line not giving Geno a lot of time. Geno staring down his first read, and he is missing open receivers. Yeah, man, that's what happens when you get hit. Yeah. It's crazy. Dog, the Jacoby Meyer love is insane in Las Vegas right now, bro. It is something that I will never understand. I like Jacoby, but goddamn. I mean, you guys are big time tripping, bro. You act like we about to get rid of fucking Jerry Rice here. You act like we about to get rid of Timmy Brown here, man. This guy had 1,000-yard receiving season in his life. I mean, what the F is up with you guys, man? Listen, man, I like Jacoby as much as the next guy, man. Guys, did you hear what Devin White had to say to Patrick Mahomes? I want to know what you guys think about this, man. Did you hear? You know, he spoke a lot about, you know, not being afraid of the Chiefs and, you know, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. This kind of like reminds me of us, you know, ill intent, pain, and violence, stomping on the Chiefs logo just to go get dog. Well, like, bro, look, keep all that bravado for the field, bro. Keep all that bravado on the field, bro. I personally am getting tired of the fucking, you know, bravado. You know, Devin White is kind of giving the Chiefs a little bullet board material, right? He says, for me alone, I ain't scared. I know what a lot of people look at Mahomes for what he is. The guy that won 3 Super Bowls. It's good to have experience, especially going on the road to their house. You know, they have a good stadium. He said, I'm going to be poised and have my guys ready to play. Now, look, that's not bad. That ain't bad. That's not bad. You know, he goes, I ain't scared. He goes, on Travis Kelce, Devin White's going to win. That's all. I mean, Devin White was doing his thing. He should have confidence. I mean, salute to Devin White. I mean, do you guys want to hear what Devin White had to say? You want to hear it? Here it go. Hold on. Hold on. You want to hear it? Here it go. I'm going to let you guys hear it. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Get wasted with your brother wasted, man. Oh, my God. You know, this show has been, I mean, a most unsplendiferous occasion.
Going against Mahomes in the past in the Super Bowl just kind of helped heading into this game and for the team too.
Yeah, I mean, for me alone, I ain't scared. You know, I know a lot of people look at him as, you know, for what he is. You know, the guy won 3 Super Bowls or whatnot, and you know, obviously. But it's just good to have experience being able to play. And, you know, I treat every game like a big game, but you know, to go on the road and be able to go.
I treat every game like a big game,
and you know, be able to do what we do. So I know I'm gonna be poised, and you know, I have my guys ready to play.
Situation where you're matched up with Kelce, what's that coverage like? What's that challenge like?
Devin White gonna win. That's all. Devin White gonna win when I'm against him.
Experience.
He said Devin White gonna win. He said, "Hey man, Devin White gonna win." He said, "Man, Devin White gonna win." I'm gonna let you know like that. He said, "Devin White is gonna win." He goes, "I don't want to hear a damn thing about it. I don't want to hear a damn thing about it. Devin White gonna win." I love when athletes talk about themselves in the third person. I love it, man. Good for Mr. White. Talk your shit, but talk a little quietly, bro. Because I don't know. Look, man. Look, I'm not gonna piss on your head and tell you that it's raining, man. My guy sent Cal with the $5 slapperoonie. I send mine to you, wasted, and the fan band. But I also have to say, go Dodgers. Get the F up out of here with your crap. Hug these with the $20 slapperoonie, man. This Sunday's going to be tough. 2.8 seconds for Geno to get rid of it. And Spags is going to lower the pocket time by at least a half a second. Chip either shines or implodes here. And Geno holds the grenade, simple as that. My guy, Jason Hunter, Demon Hunter King, gifting 5 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships to the masses. Salute to all of y'all, man. Salute to all y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, no, Devin White got a Super Bowl against the Chiefs, but he don't have a Super Bowl ring in silver and black. And I'm going to be honest with you. He also don't have Tom Brady starting. Tom Brady is up in the booth hiding from the ESPN cameras, which the Raiders are pissed off about. I don't know if you guys read that article, but I mean, my God. My dog, Hug D's with the $50 slapperoonie. Oh, my God, Hug D's keeping the lights on here, Raider Nation Unlimited. I tell you this, watching the last primetime Chiefs game, Patrick's smug face makes me want to kick fat kids at Fred Mayer. His little bent wrist crap and his mouth always running and flexing his baby muscles. Please Decleat him repeatedly. Hug D's, that was disgusting, nasty work. And I feel like I need to cleanse myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka just reading that. It's disgusting. I don't know. Is that what they're calling it these days? Decleating? Nah, but listen, man, they need to slam Patrick Mahomes on his head like the jabroni he is. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's time to get dirty, Raiders. It's time to get dirty. You want to win this game? Time to get dirty. Just like Hug D Super. Hug D Super right here. Please decleat him repeatedly. Nasty effing work. That was the best super ever, though, to be honest with you. Shout out to Rudy Van Russo. It might be the best super I've ever heard, man. It might. Listen, it is seasoned with Diddy baby oil. And yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hug D's never gets blocked. That's a rule here. He's unblockable. He's unfuckwittable. He is the Ron Simmons of our chat. Hug D's never will ever get blocked. Ever. He's the only one. That's right. That's right. That's right, man. Bad news of Hugs, they don't ever get blocked. LV Maximus never gets blocked. That's it. See, the first thing I hear is wasted talk about baby oil. Look, Isaiah said, and I come a running. I come a running. The Rudy, you know what, Rudy? Because you're a problem child, Rudy. Everywhere you've ever gone, you are a problem child, and you need to be blocked. You need to be, Rudy. And I forgot to call you back too, Rudy. You need to be blocked. I mean, Isaiah said, he goes, ooh, baby oil. And he comes running in here. What the hell is going on here with you, Isaiah? The F is going on here, Isaiah. I think I'm about to block your ass now. God! Wow! What's wrong with you, Isaiah? And Demokes definitely will be getting blocked. Demokes gets blocked every episode. Matter of fact, man, Demokes, you know what? I think it's time to put you in timeout right now. Let's get used to being in the gulags, Demokes. Yo, leave Isaiah alone. Y'all, listen, only I can break Isaiah's chops. The F is wrong with you. I know, man. All that Arby's talk got you. You guys have gone full open face, deconstructed BLT right now. The F is going on with you guys. Yeah, that's right. The Mokes is doing a 10-second bid right now. He said justice for the Mokes is shadow box. So guys, listen, get your questions in. You know, we broke the game down, but not really. You know, I really wasn't super prepared, but we broke it down. Get your questions, get your comments in. Shadow Fox is returned to the Shadow Realm. He will be back. I think a little later. Yo, Big Mike. Yo, Big Mike. Yo, dog. Yo, man, what the hell is going on here? What has my show devolved into? Big Mike, what the hell is wrong with you, man? This guy said, did somebody say roast beef? The cakes and pies. Somebody block Big Mike. I can't do it. I love Big Mike. That's my brother. Somebody block him and put him in the gulags for 10 seconds for that comment, that filthy comment. Jeez, man. So Arby's, that place that sells sandwiches you can make at home. So, yes, Big Mike, we were talking about a whole different kind of we were talking about meat curtains. I can't block Big Mike. He's giving me a wrench. Oh my God, Big Mike should be blocked. Bigelow Bosco, block Big Mike. The hell is going on with this guy right now, man? Man, salute to my guy Fred Hampton, man. Another great show. Love from Virginia. Appreciate you, my brother. Listen, I think it might be time to roll the train back into the train station, man. I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That's why I was a little late today. Had a rough day at work. Mine isn't spinning on all cylinders either, man. Big homie said Arby's. They got Arby's steak nuggets, bro. Big homie, what's going on here, man? You got some fast food aficionados up in here, man. What the F's going on here, man? The blockathon marathon is going. But guys, does anybody else? My dog Big Mike in the place. Salute to the chat, all my folks. It's right. Big Mike Raider is definitely gonna pull up. Yeah, I know, bro. The meek is crazy. You guys are throwing me under the bus. Hey, Raider Bubba is a wrench. No, appreciate you, bro. But guys, y'all got any questions, any comments, any talking points? Anything. Because if not, we're going to get up out of here, man. Big Mike going live in a bit. Oh, Big Mike Raider's going live, y'all. So pull up on over to Big Mike Raider, bro. Big Mike will have all kinds of nitrates and meats over there. It'll be a splendiferous occasion, man. But no, Big Mike is going to break the game down too, bro. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. You listen, to me, this wasn't the best show, but I appreciate every single one of you guys for pulling up, showing support. Halo, salute to my brother, Halo. Halo, we got to catch up, man. Call me, bro. But listen, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to go down in the basement. I have a Smith machine in the basement, so I'm going to lift like a little bitch because I don't have a spotter, so I'm going to put the bar for the Smith machine and do my thing. And we're going to be back at y'all this weekend. And, yo, Sunday, hopefully, if I don't get forced to work, we will be doing the Sunday show, the Big Mike Raider, Hammer, and Wasted pre-show breakdown. It is going to be splendiferous. We were going to be linking all the channels together, man. It is going to be splendiferous, man. Splendiferous. Salute to my brother Halo, man. What did I just say? Yo, Jamba Juice, that's it. It's enough of this. Enough of this crap. I got something. You're going to eat this block right here. The F up out of here, Jamba Juice. You go to the gulags for 30 seconds. Take care, y'all. Y'all have a great night, man. Peace, man. And yo, listen, we might have some more. I might have something popping tomorrow. I might. But I'm telling y'all right now, be on the lookout for the content. It is going to be sick and silly. It's going to be flowing. Jamba Juice has been blocked for 30 seconds. You let that be a lesson to you, Jamba, with that same old ass juice. But guys, listen, man, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great night, man. Peace.